guys, it's Latoya, and today I'm going to be doing a very, I don't want to say touching, but very, what's the word? Very, hey guys, so I don't even know where to necessarily start, but alright guys, so I don't know necessarily where to start, but I felt that it was necessary for me to make this video to, like I said, encourage someone that's possibly going through it, or just the encouragement myself that it's going to be better days, and this feeling is only temporary. So right now, you guys know from the previous videos that I'm currently home. So it's been about, I want to say about 3 months now. And right now I think it's kind of getting to me that I am home. And it's discouraging when you start to try to start a business. And I felt like in our minds we feel as if, you know, when we start something, we're just going to automatically get support, automatically get sales, and just have this success story, and it doesn't happen that way. So, being that I'm starting this business, and there's no other income necessarily coming in, as if, you know, you don't have a 9 to 5 to lean on, it's really starting to get to me. So, I'm doing YouTube. It's very fulfilling for the time being, but once the camera turns off and all the editing is over and the video is out, I get discouraged when it comes to like the views, when it comes to, you know, no one necessarily commenting or liking it, or I just feel like I'm talking to myself at this point, you know. And I know with all the hard work and everything is eventually going to pay off, but it comes to a point where it's just like, when and how long am I going to continue to do this until it does, or if it ever does. So that's where I am right now. I don't know. I said I'm feeling very discouraged. A lot of times I don't even feel like recording, and then I have a few messages, people write me and tell me that they enjoy the videos, you know, and it pushes me for that. Like I said, everything is always temporary. Just like emotions are always temporary, and then you dwell so much on it and let it consume my life when it's just a temporary feeling. And that's how I feel when it comes to YouTube, and I get encouraging messages. It only goes but so far with me. So, I don't know. I felt like at this age, I thought that I would have a different life. And it's hard when you go to college and you feel as if you're going to have this promising career. And by this age, I have a 10-year reunion, high school reunion that's coming up in, I don't know, some later on this year, like October to August to October. I have no clue. In between one of those, it's one day within those months. So I don't even know, because I don't know if I'm even going. But just to know, like, someone had posted something recently on the Facebook page for the reunion, and it was like, you know, I guess we had something in our yearbook, which I don't even know what my yearbook is, but we had something that was in 2019. I guess, where do you see yourself? And I was looking for my what I wrote there, and I couldn't find it. So I don't even know if I even answered the question there, but I knew familiar people and what they wrote on theirs, and it was just like a lot of them had something that they wrote, something that they accomplished, and it's like, well, I went to school, but I feel like I have really nothing to show for it. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
So it is now graduation season. Can you shout out your high school? Say congratulations to them.
My high school?
Yeah.
So shout
to the
out
graduates.
So shout out to it is graduation season, so shout out to Shikellamy, all the graduates of 2019, Shikellamy High School, or the surrounding areas, as well as Cheney graduates, as well as Drexel's graduates, everything that all the places that I've been associated with. So congratulations to everyone. It's the real world now. So.
What can the graduates expect now that they're out of high school?
So, so congratulations to everyone. I would say you have to expect that, number one, the loans are coming. As soon as you are done, the loans are coming. You know, they're expecting you to pay them back. And I think you have to expect, and I'm particularly talking to like high schoolers, that's graduate high school, because you still have time. I feel as if you still have time to apply for college and things like that. But I really feel like you have to have a plan. I feel like I'm speaking for myself, no one really necessarily, I didn't have a plan. Like I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. And I'm lying. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but there was no concrete, like, this is what I want to be. And going back to what I was saying about everyone's visions back in high school in the yearbook, like, everyone had a concrete plan of what they wanted to do. That's probably why I didn't write anything, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I kind of had, like, an idea, but it wasn't like, I want to do this and nothing else. So I feel as if that's probably why I'm in the situation I'm in. I just said in a previous video, because there's no plan. And now I feel like I'm reaping that. So I would say, as an advice to graduates, that you have to know what you're doing and be focused on that. Despite, I don't think you can even do it for the money anymore, because you'll reap that at the end. You know, if it's just going to be something that's temporary, or you're just doing it for the money, eventually you're going to just live a long, miserable life because you're not happy. So I would just say, like, you have to know what you're doing, and work towards that goal and set a goal for yourself. That's the advice that I would have for everyone, especially when you're in high school, because you have time. Even when you go to college, you can go into college undecided, and a lot of times you're going to take classes your first, second semester that has nothing to do with your major anyway. So you have time to decide, but I would definitely say stick to what you want to do, know what you want to do, and stick to it.
So to the class of 2019, how important is goal setting and holding hard deadlines for yourself?
I feel like that's the only way that you can survive and succeed in life. I feel like if you can set goals for yourself throughout life, it will only drive you to do better with everything, because you set goals for yourself when it comes to, like, if you get married, your marriage. You set goals when it comes to, like, your parenting and things like that. So just this aspect of school alone, once you get out of school, you're going to have a life. So if you learn how to set goals in this area, it would only benefit you to set goals and everything else. And a lot of times, this won't have as much issues as other people who did not. And I feel like that's where I am. And they have goals. I don't know people who, I didn't want to badmouth. This is my truth though. And I wasn't taught how to do that. I went through life with my surroundings and my everyone else that I've known, family. Everyone that I know, family, like, I didn't have no one. Everyone just lived life, you know, and that's how I was. And now I want more and better for myself, and I'm seeing how beneficial it could be if you do set goals and stick to it. And that's where I'm at right now, trying to figure out what to do so I can be happy.
Okay, so to tie this together, you started your video talking about like your anxieties and your emotions, and now we're on graduation. So to bring the two together, or to marry the two, we know that graduation is a time of anxiety for a lot of people. So with that being said, it's 2009. You're on your way to Philly to go to Cheney for freshman orientation. Tell us about that day and what it did to your anxiety.
So 2009, I remember I had to go to, I want to think it was either a month before school started or maybe like a 2 weeks or so before the other class came in. Went there for orientation with my mom. It was so hectic. It was it was everyone. I felt like it was so overwhelming because I moved away from New York into like a very small area. Graduated, my school class was like very small, so I went through middle school, 8th grade, and then high school small. So me being like old enough to realize this thing and going to like something, Cheney's not even big either, but compared to me, Cheney, was bigger than what I was accustomed to. So going into there, and it was a lot. Financial aid was all over the place, and I remember trying to get registered, and I feel like we did our financial aid there as well. And I remember my mom was just over it. She was like, "We've been there all day. We wasn't getting anything accomplished," and she was ready for me to go. She knew that I didn't apply for any other school, so if I'm not going to this orientation, I'm not getting into college in August. So, but she was ready for me to go, and I think I like caught an attitude because she had a fit. And that's the reason why she ended up staying. I remember it was some type of counselor, advisor, I'm not sure, came and helped me, and I was able to register, get everything I needed, and we went back home, and I was ready to go back to school. But it just showed how overwhelming it was, and it just was the root of the rest of my college experience.
Do you think that anxiety actually plays a positive role in success?
I think that it's the way that it's all the way that you perceive it, because I feel when it comes to anxiety, you can either use it as positive or negative. So you can be overwhelmed with anxiety, and that pushes you to do more, get things done, because you just have this rush, or you can take this rush and go to be depressed. So it all is a way that it depends on, it pretty much depends on you and how you take it. Just like people can make lemons out of lemonade, and people can just sit on it and just wait for it to be made itself.
So we're talking about fear and we're talking about graduation. Let's flip it. How do you graduate from your fears?
I think you have to, well, fear is a spirit, and I feel like you have to, I feel as if fear is a spirit. So in order to graduate from it, I feel as if you have to conquer it. So school is fear. You don't know what classes you're going to get. You don't know how the coursework is going to be. You don't know with all social life, how things going to tie in together, home life, everything. But you still succeed and graduate despite it all. And I feel like that's how fear is. You have to just overcome it. You will never know if you're going to ever be successful or accomplish this goal or start this business until you actually do it. So I feel with fear, you have to just do it.
Give that graduate some advice who doesn't have a lot of college acceptance letters, doesn't have a whole bunch of scholarships, just a little financial aid, and never been away from home. Like, what would you tell them to encourage them to actually go and at least try it?
Well, I did it. I only applied for one school because I went into college. Do I have a lot of time left on it? Okay. I went into school from high school. I knew that I wanted to do fashion. I did a little bit of research from my advisor in high school and realized that it wasn't too much. I wasn't making enough money. I wasn't able to take care of my family, and I met like my mom and stuff like that on a fashion degree salary. So I opted for something else. And people used to always say I was good at talking and listening, like counseling and stuff like that. So I said, okay, psychology goes right under that. So that's what made me pick up psychology. So a friend of mine said that she was applying to Cheney. That's how I even found out about it. She ended up not even going. But I ended up applying for it. I got approved. I got accepted. And that was it. I never looked into scholarships. I 2 college courses in high school, but aside from that, like I never really paid college too much attention. I knew I wanted to go, but I wasn't 100% like all sold for it. And I went to Cheney, and I just said that I want better for my life, and I can't get better on my life with a high school diploma. So that's what I thought. And that's when I just went for college, and I just at least tried it. The first school didn't work out, and the second school I was able to get accepted to that and graduate. But I just say you have to. What was the question? Tie it back in, because I feel like I rambled.
It's okay. It's all right.
What was it? What was the question? So I can tie it all together. Do you remember? What do you say to the person that just...
That person who has anxiety about going off to college.
Did I answer the question? So yeah, I would just say the only thing that you can do, but you can't get through life without at least trying it. You can't say that you succeeded or failed at something if you never tried. So I would say to the person who didn't apply, didn't do anything, just try your best. Once you get in there, try your best. If it doesn't work out, go someplace else. There's plenty of other schools to choose from.
So, an added bonus being Beyonce and the Beehive, right? HBCUs are like blowing up. They're becoming a very hot topic. Can you talk to us about your HBCU experience versus your PWI? And tell us what those acronyms even stand for.
HBCU is historical black college. PWI is a predominantly white institution. Okay, let me say that again. Because I'm struggling. So HBCU Okay. So HBCU is historically black college, and a PWI
or university. You forgot the U.
College. Okay, so HBCU is historically black college or university, and a PWI is a predominantly white institution. So my experience with a HBCU, personally, I did feel like I didn't learn much, but that was because of me. I was free and wild, and I took that experience and ran with it. I had a lot of fun there. I have great memories, and I've met great people, but all I did was wanted to just go out and party. So that's what I did there. And I felt like the other school, the PWI, I was able to, I learned more, and that's only because of me. So it's, to compare the two, I don't feel like there's really no comparison. It's pretty much how you use it. And I didn't use the HBCU to its advantage as I should have, because I was uneducated in that field. But if I can turn back the hands of time, I may have just did it a lot differently. But that's my experience.
All right, and because we're running out of time and battery, could you just say congratulations to all classes of 2019 and give them your final piece of advice for life after the diploma or degree?
All right, so congratulations again to all of 2019, all high schoolers, college, graduates, grad schools, everyone, child. So congratulations. I hope life treats you well. I hope that you accomplish everything that you desire and more. And I would say my only piece of advice, like I stated in the video, is to just set a goal and accomplish it. Admire people that are able to go to school, get what they need, and use it to their advantage. Because unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. So I thank you guys for inspiring me behind the scenes. Congratulations again. And so I wish everyone the best, and I just thank you for tuning in this video, and just pray for me as I pray for you as I get over this anxiety and succeed and do whatever God has called me to do. And I'm just declaring that it's going to be no more fear, period.